that they can buy it off you at 115 at the end of the month. So it's like putting a big for sale sign up in the market. You say, I own Apple, I bought it at 114, it's now for sale at 115. Not today, it's up for sale at the end of the month. And in exchange for that, the market will give you, could be about $4 or $5 a share. So that's an income for you. And what's the worst can happen to you? They buy the shares off you 115 at the end of the month. You've made $1 profit, plus you got $6 income. So the reason why most people don't stick to our system is because your shares will go up and down in value. And so you might collect $1, but your shares have dropped $1 in value. So you still break even. You might collect another $1 next month, your shares have dropped another $1. You still only break even. You might collect another $1, you collected $3 of income, your shares may have dropped $4. You're down $1. So when you look at your account value, you think you're not making progress. Because all of the money you're making here on selling call options, you're losing here on the value of your shares going up and down. But shares go up and down worldwide. The average movement worldwide in any stock exchange, in any company, is plus or minus 50% in 1 year. So that means you can buy a share for 20 today. In some time in the next 12 months, it will be down to 10. It's a fact of life. In some time in the next 6 months, it will be up to 30. So that movement from 20 to 30 and 20 to 10 happens everywhere worldwide. That's the typical average movement of a share price. And so most people cannot handle that emotionally. That was a great lesson that Sir John Temple gave us. He said, if you can master your emotions, you'll master the market. And that's probably the most important thing I'm going to say to you guys here tonight. Because that's what kicks most people out of the market. They cannot handle the emotional trauma of your shares dropping 50%. The good news, it'll only be at $10 for about 1 week. It'll only be at $30 for 1 week. And the rest of the time, it's moving from 30 back down to 10, or from 10 back up to 30. And so, a lot of our clubs and individuals don't wait long enough to see the power of compound interest. When I observe my clubs, an ordinary club at 100 euros a month of 20 people will take about a year to get to $25,000 and about 2.5 years or 3 years to get to $100,000. Now that journey is the most difficult journey, because along that journey you have the whole setup costs. You've got to open up a bank account for the club, you've got to open up a broker account, you've got loads of paperwork, you've got to go through an education program, you've got to get familiar with the whole thing, you've got to meet once a month for an hour to get comfortable with it. So after 3 years you've done all the hard work. But yet I've noticed a lot of our clubs and individuals then cash in. And they never get to see the power of compound interest. The power of compound interest only kicks in year 4, year 5. That's why Warren Buffett says 5 years minimum you should be in the market.
Okay. So maybe we can discuss about your own experience and about your own portfolio. What is your, you have practiced the markets 20 years?
Sure.
Yeah?
Sure.
And how do you feel, what is your median return on the stock market on these days, right now?
My average return, taken in the good years and the bad years, will be around about 30% per annum. Earlier this year, I was up 70%, and I've given back about 40% of that. Now, so I'm only up 30% for the year. I've given back 40% because, as I say, shares go up and down. I invested heavily in oil stocks because there's a lot of value in oil stocks at the moment. The exchange traded fund for oil, the Goldman Sachs exchange traded fund for oil has gone from $70 down to $7. It's back up to around about 9 now. So when you think about it, oil, the commodity oil, has lost 90% of its value in the last 7 years. Now oil is a commodity, billions of cars drive around every day, millions of airplanes fly every day. Oil is not going to go out of fashion. It's just going through a cycle at the moment. So if you read the value line reports of some of the oil stocks right now, they are tipped to, because what Value Line do, and they've been doing this since 1931, they actually tell you what the price is going to do in the future, based on 80 years of doing this, based on an 8-year track record for the company. And you notice some of the great titans of industry right now, Carl Icahn, Jack Bogle, they are now own a lot of oil stocks. So you should always follow the money of the top tycoons. There's a great book I can recommend. It's called Money, Master the Game. Have any of you heard of Money the Master of the Game? What?
Money, the master of.
Money Master of the Game.
Master.
The title is Money Master of the Game. Tony Robbins, who's heard of Tony Robbins? Yeah? Most people, good. Tony has not written a book for about 20 years. He spent the last 5 years researching 50 of the wealthiest people on the planet. And he's featured in his book 11, the top 11. And so it's a great book. And you can also get the videos of the interviews of those people. So if you notice right now, if you read the Value Line Report, you can notice in the Value Line Report, I don't know if I can bring one up here for you. Is that okay to do?
Yeah, it's okay.